From the halls of Valhalla, watched by Odin, subscribed to by Thor. My name is Jeff Cran, and this is Valhalla Sports Talk. From the halls of Valhalla, we are live. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talks. Running of the race in Fontana, California today. We're ready to go. Had some technical difficulties getting in here today, but we think we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and get everything ready. So we're going to try to get up the live leaderboard and get this thing going. The call to start engines has already occurred, so that's ready and going. And the drivers are probably getting ready to do their pace laps. There are some issues with rain in Fontana today. We're going to try to get through that. Let's get this running order fixed first because it didn't work either. Man, so many moving parts to get this thing going. So many moving parts. Alrighty, so we got that going and up and operational. So anyway, welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk. Today's running of the Auto Club 400 from Fontana, California, NASCAR race. I'm excited to be with you folks today. This is our, I believe, 8th stream for Valhalla Sports Talk, so we're learning as we go along. Looking forward to a good race today. We've got Clint Boyer on the pole. He's going to start from the pole position. Some big drivers that got sent to the back. Martin Truex failed inspection, and he'll be starting from the rear today, and we'll go from there. If you find yourself in the chat today, please don't hesitate to click that subscribe button. Helps the channel out, helps us grow. TV networks are going through some commercials now before they get this thing started. About 15 minutes ago, I noticed it was still a little wet on pit road, so hopefully they do get this thing going on time here. If they don't, we'll stick with you as long as we can. And one of the dangers of doing a NASCAR live stream is that weather tends to follow them around the country, it seems like. So hopefully they get it going and we'll be able to get the race in, do some good commentary, and have some folks visit us in the chat, say hello today. Really excited about what's going on with Valhalla Sports Talk. We did some rebranding last night of the channel. Just kind of cleaned things up a little bit and opened up a pro store, so a swag shop, if you will. If you'd like to get some Valhalla Sports Talk swag. But here we go. So we're just going to wait for the race here and we'll get it going. If you find yourself in the chat, don't hesitate to say hello. Let us know how you're doing today. We'll go from there. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the starting lineup today. As they line up on the grid, you've got Clint Boyer going to start on the pole with Jimmy Johnson second in what's likely his last Fontana race before he retires. Alex Bowman in third, Kurt Busch in fourth, Harvick and Amarola make up 5 and 6. And then you got Logano, McDowell, and Larson with Stenhouse rounding out the top 10. So it should be a good race. A lot of Fords. The Toyotas aren't a lot of speed this week, so we'll see if they race better than they qualified. I think the first Toyota that, as far as qualification, is Kyle Busch in the 17th position today. So he's got some work to do if he wants to win this race. And as I mentioned, Truex will be starting from the rear of the field due to technical issues during tech inspection this week. So you fail 3 times and they don't like that. NASCAR gets angry and makes you figure out some other way to do it. So we sent out a the way this deal works is when you turn on the operating system that puts out these live streams, you can schedule an event, like a week out. So this thing was scheduled. We got all the social media posts, sent them out, and when they get out there, you bring up OBS, the operating system, and hit go live, and then the thing inevitably it crashes as you start. So it's kind of a frustrating deal that we're trying to figure out. But so you have to go back and redo all your social media stuff and try to get people where let people know where you are so they can come in and watch these races. But again, it's all a learning process. I think we're doing pretty good. Stream number 8. I think we've made a lot of progress as far as making this thing so it's going to be something as we go along here. A lot of content planned. I've got a lot of ideas on things that we're going to do. Again, if you're new to the channel or just visiting, Valhalla Sports Talk, our goal is just to have a good time. I mean, these are sporting events that I'm going to watch anyway, 9 times out of 10. So I figured, why can't I just do like a live stream and watch it on camera and have some folks come into the chat and say hello, howdy, how are you, and have some fun. You know what I mean? So that's the goal. The cars are currently under the pace lap, and they are going through the field. Row 5, they're now at row 6. Matt D. and Bieto and Chris Buescher in row 6, with Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott in row 7. Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski in row 8. Row 9 has Cole Custer and Kyle Busch, the first Toyota, as I mentioned. Row 10 is Ryan Preece and Tyler Reddick, the rookie. Row 11, Christopher Bell and William Byron in that 24 car. Dylan and Nemechek make up row 12. Row 13 is Corey LaJoie and Austin Dillon. 14, Hamlin, Ross Chastain. Row 15, J.J. Yeley and Eric Jones. Row 16, you got Brendan Poole and Daniel Suarez in that 96 car. Row 17 is Gase and Reed Sorensen. 18 is Garrett Smithley and Quinn Houff. And the last row is Martin Truex Jr. and Timmy Hill. Jimmy Johnson's 2 daughters are up on the flag stand today. Like I mentioned, since it's his last race, they're going to let them wave the green flag today for this race. So he's pretty hyped up, I'm sure, seeing his little girls up there on the flag stand. He's running on the apron for some reason, trying to get to the front here. I think he did some media stuff before the start of the race, so now he's going to get up to his starting position, which is the outside pole. So here he comes up. He's getting caught up and joining the field there. Currently 2 viewers in the stream. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk again. All right, so what the cars are doing right now is they're doing like a 4-wide parade lap around the speedway with Jimmy Johnson leading the field. Kind of a cool deal. You get to see all the cars bunched up together. They just passed the start-finish line. His wife's smiling. His girls are up there watching everything. Kind of a cool moment for the Johnson family. That view of all the cars lined up 4 wide all the way through the field, that's pretty trippy. Actually, they're 5 wide lined up all the way through the field. So imagine looking in your rearview mirror, rush hour traffic, and seeing all them fellas back there. That would be kind of a surreal moment. Alrighty, we got TG joining the chat. Valhalla, shout out to you, sir. How you doing today? Welcome to the stream. All right, so now the cars are kind of settling into their 2 wide starting lineup position as they come around the track. And I imagine they'll come around one more time before they wave that green flag. How you doing today, TG? You got a favorite driver you're rooting for in today's race today? Showing that I might be having some issues with the stream. So it's probably about to crash, but we're going to just keep running and see what happens. Looks like we're still operating here, so we'll just leave it and see if it recovers. Kevin Harvick starting 5th today on the field. All right, I'm going to just try to keep going, see if this thing survives. If it doesn't, I'm probably just going to shut it down because we had way too many issues today already. Could be a Wi-Fi issue here in the house. I'm not sure, but... Alrighty, so I'm just going to point at the camera here for a second and see if anything shows up on the replay I've got going of the stream. Alrighty, here they come around turn 4. Toyota Camry pace car leading the field. Alrighty, here they come to the green flag. Green flag is out. The Auto Club Speedway 400 from Fontana, California. Clint Boyer takes the lead going into turn 1 and through turn 1. He's got the field hot on his tail as they go down the backstretch. Lots of movement in the middle of the field right now. You've currently got Amarola and the 21 car fighting for position in the middle pack of the field. And here they come to the start finish, and Boyer will take the first lap. Boyer, Johnson, Busch, D'Anbietto, and Almirola as they run. Lots of jostling in the field. Kyle Busch moving up through the field, just past Keselowski. Busch, the only one rolling the top line there, and he's moving up quick. Harvick currently running 8th and just gets passed by Larson. Leader continues to be Boyer with Johnson, Kurt Busch, and D'Anbietto and just behind him. The stream is still reporting that we're dropping frames heavily, so not sure if we're going to make it, guys. D'Anbietto and Amarola are battling for 5th currently. Kurt Busch has moved up to 3rd. Setting his sights on Jimmy Johnson in 2nd place there. Boyer continues to lead. Lap 4 of 200 in this race. Lap 4 of 60 in stage 1. Yeah, the stream is struggling according to YouTube. I'm not sure what's going on today. All right, Boyer continues to lead, lap 5 of 60, with Bowman, Johnson, and Kurt Busch behind him. I don't know if there's a way I can bring this stream back to health, but it's trying. It seems like it's trying to stay online. Okay, Bowman passes Johnson, as does Kurt Busch. And then Bowman looks like he lost a little bit and dropped back a bit. All righty, lap 6 of 60. Boyer, Kurt Busch, and Bowman. 1, 2, 3 on the field. Boyer continues to lead, as I mentioned. Kurt Busch in second, Alex Bowman in third. Larson has moved up to fifth. I'm going to just try to keep this thing rolling and see if anything happens, guys. Frustrating. All right, we're in lap 8 of 60 in the first stage. Kyle Busch has managed to move up to 13th at this point, going into 12th. Bowman moves into second, passing Kurt Busch. It's good racing all over the track right now. Martin Truex is passing Kyle Busch, so he's moved from just about dead last and is moving through the field quickly. He's up to 13th. Jimmy Johnson's faded a little bit, but he's starting to come back. $175 miles an hour, 8,200 RPM is what these guys are running down that backstretch. Boyer passes the start-finish line for lap 10. Continues to lead, has led all the laps since the start of the race. Jimmy Johnson is back up to second on the field, 0.15 seconds behind Boyer. Good little race, 3-car race right now for first, with Johnson going inside Boyer, trying to take the lead. Bowman's sitting behind the two of them, waiting for him to screw up so he can move up. Johnson doesn't clear him. So Johnson's on the inside of Boyer. Boyer's running around the top, Johnson the bottom. And he just can't seem to get past him just yet. Now Bowman joins the fray and might pass both of them. He's on the inside, passes both of them to take the lead. So the current top three is Bowman, Johnson, Boyer. 1, 2, 3. And Kurt Busch has joined the fray. 4 cars very close, within a second of one another. All right, so the stream is dropping frames still, but I think we're still live. So hopefully we're going to survive this thing. We'll see. They have a little way you can check the bill of health, I guess, the the bill of health on your stream, and it looks like we finally got to the point where we're getting an excellent connection at this time. So I don't know what happened at the beginning there. I'll find out. I'll find out if someone was on something here, or if that affects us really bad, if someone else is on the internet. But finally, it looks like we're okay, and it's going to be all right. So. Currently in commercial. Like to welcome anyone joining the channel today. As Valhalla Sports Talk does a presentation of the Auto Club 400 from Fontana, California. Thank you for joining us. Currently lap 52 of 80. Actually, I take that back. It's 48 of 80, I believe. Well, I'm all off. This thing's got me all tattered. Stage 1, we're at lap 13 of 60. Bowman continues to lead with Johnson in second, and Ryan Blaney has now moved up to the third position, with Boyer dropping to fourth. Almost a half-second lead on the field has Alex Bowman over Jimmy Johnson. Two Chevys running 1-2. All right, lap 15 of 60. Bowman leading the race. Looking through the field, I see Harvick is sitting there in ninth at this point. So lap 15 of 200 in this race, lap 15 of 60 in stage 1. Top 4 are Bowman, Johnson, Blaney, and Kurt Busch, with Boyer dropping to 5th at this point. Fuel window in this race is about 45 to 48 laps, with a tire window of 26 to 32 before they start losing way too much grip to do anymore. So, and to keep that in mind as we get through here, we're still quite a ways away from the fuel window, but we are getting, about 10 laps away from that tire window. Harvick continues in 9th place for us Harvick fans, just in front of Logano and just behind Almirola. Truex Jr., like I mentioned, is up to 13th after starting dead last on the field, with Keselowski following him through the field. Further back in the field, you got Denny Hamlin and Austin Dillon duking it out for position. California is the true first test of the NASCAR season here, because this is what the bread and butter is for the championship. These 1.5 mile tracks all through NASCAR series. So this is like their first look at how these teams are likely to perform, which kind of has to scare Toyota, because they've really struggled this week leading up to the race. Back in the field, you've got Boyer and Larson battling it out. Larson goes to the inside. Boyer is rim riding at the top of the track. And Larson takes the position and lets his car slide up in front of him. Top 10's kind of holding fairly steady, with Bowman, Johnson, Blaney, Busch, DiNbiero, Larson, Boyer, Almirola, Harvick, and Logano occupying the top 10. Still dropping frames in the stream, so I apologize if you're not getting a good video feed here, but it seems like it's trying to stay alive. Harvick and Logano now battling it out for 9th and 10th. Harvick has 9th. Logano wants it. Stage 1, lap 20 of 60, or 20 of 200 in the entire race. And they go to commercial. Okay, so I see what kind of confused me a little while ago when I gave that weird lap count. On NASCAR's website, they don't tell you what lap they're on. They tell you how many are remaining. So, as an example, right now on your screen there, you see that it's showing minus 40 of 80. So there's 40 laps remaining. Yeah, that don't make no sense either. That says stage 3. Anyway, the one to the right there, 20 of 200. So they're 20 laps in of 200 total for the race. I'm not sure why they show stage 3 when we're currently in stage 1, but so stage 1 consists of 60 laps. So they're going to at least have to pit once or twice during even the first stage here. So if there's folks out there watching that have their own channel, like right now in OBS, the troubleshooter is telling me that I'm losing 24% of my frame rate, which is horrible. I've never seen it before that bad, but I don't know what you can do about it when you're rolling. Good thing is we don't have anybody in here viewing it, so it doesn't really matter. Now, when I go onto YouTube has a screen where you watch the progress of your stream, right, as it's going, and it's basically saying that the stream health is excellent, but tells me that there's issues with the audio. So I've had that on every stream I've ever done, so I'm not sure how that could be what's causing an issue today, but at one point early on here, we had no data going out to YouTube. So that's when I thought we were going to crash for sure, but seems like it held on. Seems like it held on. They're about to come back from commercial here. We're currently on lap 23 or 24 of 60. Bowman continues to lead, but Ryan Blaney has now moved up to the second position with Jimmy Johnson in third. My guy Kevin Harvick appears to be going backwards on the field. He's currently in 13th. So Jimmy Johnson's dropped down to third. Fans currently getting to their feet in California there to honor Kobe Bryant. They've got his 24 number on the top of the lap leaderboard, kind of like this one behind me here. And kind of a cool tribute to somebody that we missed there. The 24 car is painted in Lakers colors today, and it has the Kobe Bryant stuff on the front of it. So kind of shout out to Body Armor, who sponsors that car, for doing something nice for that family. Hey, what's up, Milton? Milton shows up in the chat. Yeah, they've made a couple left-hand turns, Milton, so far. Couple left-hand turns so far today. we're having issues with the stream, man. Ever since I started, all I'm getting is errors and stuff. But apparently, it's still running. But it's telling me I'm dropping frames at 21%. So I keep waiting for it to just crash, but I have no idea what's causing it. All right, Martin Truex is the first car on pit road. He took a left to get there, Milton. So he's the first one to get serviced. Currently, 27 laps of 60 in stage one, 27 of 200 in the race. Bowman continuing to lead with Blaney behind him, Johnson in third, and Kurt Busch in fourth. Kevin Harvick currently 13th on the field, and I think he's headed for pit road. Service completed on Martin Truex's car, and he re-enters the fray, headed down pit road before he re-enters the racetrack. He's going to have to take a right, Milton, to get back on the track. The 22 of Joey Logano on pit road as well. Looks like he's taken 4 tires and gas. So we're in a full cycle of pit stops at this point, with Boyer going down pit road at this time. And it looks like he too will get 4 tires and gas. Stage 1, lap 28 of 60, green flag conditions at Fontana, California. They're showing video of Chase Elliott coming down pit road, and he didn't get that car woed up quite quick enough. Lots of smoke so he could get down to pit road speed. Jimmy Johnson on pit road as well. 4 tires and fuel for the Ally Chevrolet. Eric Almirola's service is done, and he's getting going, getting scooting down pit road, ready to re-enter the fray. Alex Bowman just gives up the lead, comes down pit road, and put on a serious smoke show coming down to get woed up in time, but he made it, so he's heading into his pit box right now to get service. So as they cycle through, William Byron ends up taking the lead on the field in that 24 Exalta car with the Kobe Bryant paint scheme. So I'm sure the folks in Fontana are loving that. But he might have got caught for speeding. Pit stop still going on, still cycling through. There's a couple that haven't pit yet. Nemechek, Ty Dillon. But once they're done, we'll get a good idea of where we're at in this race. Currently lap 31 of 60 in stage 1, 31 of 200 in the race. Stenhouse in that 47 car is in the lead at this point. He's without his crew chief today, as 2 crew chiefs from that race team got sent home yesterday for rules violations. Cycling through, Bowman is now in second place until Stenhouse decides to pit. He's currently 19.67 seconds behind. But at some point, Stenhouse is going to have to come in and get some gas for that vehicle. They're jostling in the field now, trying to get that order. They're currently talking about the struggles of the Toyotas this week. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. many races as they won last year, they probably should take a year off. Stage 1, 33 of 60, 33 of 200 for the race. Stenhouse continues the lead, 16-second lead on Bowman, but Stenhouse has yet to pit. Denny Hamlin kind of dicing through the field, trying to move up in that running order. He's usually really strong at Fontana. And they go to commercial break. Another update on the stream health at this point is still showing 20% frame losses over the last 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and check that screen that tells me what the stream health is. It's still saying the stream health is excellent. Just gives me a warning about the audio. I don't know what's going on. It had a hell of a time at the beginning. Oh, were you on Hulu? Huh. Shouldn't have that much of an effect. It was on the other night, wasn't it? Currently talking to my executive assistant here, who is also works for the technical department here at Valhalla Sports Talk. Can you try to refresh that? Because I think it's way behind. Currently 3 viewers in the chat as we go to commercial here. Checking out the live leaderboard on NASCAR.com, and Stenhouse is continuing to lead, but that lead of his is down to 11.47 seconds. He's kind of made his bed, so he's got to lie at it now, because whenever he pits at this point, he's going to go a lap down to the leader. So in second, you've got Bowman, Blaney, and Johnson, are second, third, and fourth on the field. So they're lined up to be good to go. Good kind of lag we got going here. "12-second lag. That's not too bad. Not too bad. We've seen much worse here at Valhalla Sports Talk. Executive assistant, could I get a cold brewski, please? Thank you. That's why we pay her like we do, ladies and gentlemen. She's good at her job. I'm thinking about doubling her pay. Actually, she's doing such a good job. So whatever she's making now, I am going to double it. And it's on video, so it's official. So I have it good, Milton. I do have it good. That is true. That is true. You can't ask for a beer at your house and have your wife bring it for you? Does she tell you to pound sand? So I'm doubling your pay.
All right.
What do you make? What do you make now?
Nothing.
Oh, you make nothing. So you're gonna get double that. Thank you so much. All righty, so we got a cold one here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Stenhouse has decided to pit, which was a good idea. And Bowman is in the lead at this point. He's currently 2.54 seconds in front of Ryan Blaney. Oh, and Larson has hit the wall and just destroyed the ass end of that 42 McDonald's Chevrolet. And he's coming to pit road. Don't tell Kevin Harvick that I'm having a Coors Light today. And I just wanted something different, and that's what I got. So, alrighty, they finally show Harvick on the screen, and where is he at in the running order? He's currently in 13th place. And he is in a skirmish trying to even hold that. So that number 4 Mobile One Ford is not exactly tearing up the field today. We'll see if it gets better as the race goes on. It's been pretty overcast in California today. They've got rain. This thing might actually get stopped by rain in a minute, but they might have set that car up to run when the sun's out. Bowman continuing to lead and extending it. He's up to 2.83 seconds over Blaney at this point. Lap 40 of 200, 21 to go in this stage. Kevin Harvick is reporting to his pit crew that his car is garbage, absolute garbage. Stenhouse is off pit road, and he didn't go a lap down, so he's about 40 seconds behind the leader, but they're coming to get him. They are coming to get him. Stenhouse crew chief, as I mentioned earlier, was ejected from the racetrack yesterday for some tech issues. And they also got the crew chief, the other car, on their team. $19 to go in stage one. Bowman, the race leader still. Ryan Blaney in second, 2.627 seconds behind him. Then rounding out the top 10, you've got Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car in third. Matt D'Anbieto in fourth. Kurt Busch in fifth. Eric Almirola in sixth. Joey Logano in seventh. Chase Elliott in eighth. Brad Keselowski in ninth. And Kyle Busch has moved up into the top 10 in that Toyota. And he is the first Toyota in the top 10. They just showed a commercial and it says McDonald's has corporate chefs. They got a new burger coming out, so. I'm not big for McDonald's. I like, about the only thing I like of theirs is their breakfast stuff, so their biscuits in the morning. That screen I mentioned to you folks that tells me kind of about stream health, I keep getting errors that say that I'm dropping frames, but this, at least this screen, and this is YouTube telling me, they're telling me the stream health is excellent currently, so sounds like we'll stay on and keep getting on. All right, we're currently lap 44 of 60 in stage one. Fastest lap so far today is 177.962. There's been 3 lead changes, therefore 3 leaders and no cautions. Bowman's lead at this point is 2.598, so it's staying about the same to Ryan Blaney, who is in second. Top 10's pretty much standing pat at this point. Rounded out by Kyle Busch, who's in 10th. Let's see where my boy Harvick is. In that car that he said is garbage, right? So, excuse me, he says Harvick is in 14th place, 19 seconds back from the leader. Boyer, who started on the pole, is down to 16th at this point, 21 seconds off. Other than that, as I look through the field, there's no real surprises. The only like top tier driver that is struggling at this point is Kyle Larson, who hit the wall pretty hard. And it went through the turn, and the car slid out from underneath him, and he took out that right rear quarter panel. 14 laps to go in stage one, with the 88 of Alex Bowman in the lead still. 2.25 second lead on Blaney. They're playing some of the audio from Martin Truex's car, and coming through the field, he's having some issues, and he just called out a couple numbers and said those drivers could kiss his ass. That's supposed to be easy, Martin. That's why it's exciting. That's why it's a little bit more than turning left. Christopher Bell just made a pit stop, reporting a vibration in his car. So I'm chewing this cheese it, and I thought, man, maybe this crunching is going out over the mic. Well, apparently it's not. So I got the mic set pretty good. Blaney cutting in on that lead a little bit. It's down to 2.18. Still a long way back there, though. 12 laps to go in stage one, lap 49, actually 50 of 200 in the race. Blaney, who's riding in in second place, is currently 26 years of age, they said. Really like his car. I hope they sell a lot of die casts and donate a lot of money to that Kobe Bryant Foundation, because that's a beautiful car with them Laker colors on it. Just a reminder too, Valhalla Sports Talk, right? Our whole deal is we're gonna do live streams of events of teams that I like. Okay, and so it's the Minnesota Vikings, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Dodgers, the LA Kings, Harvick in NASCAR. I think I forgot somebody. Oh, and in the XFL, we're rooting for that Houston team. So we're gonna be doing a lot of these live streams. We finally had our first deal the other day that wasn't a where we were just doing play-by-play of a sporting event. We did a draft, my version of a mock draft, and that was pretty fun, pretty cool. So watch it if you happen to find yourself on our page. Go ahead and go check that out. Miami Dolphins fans, man, if it went that way, the way that my little draft lottery went, if the Dolphins had the draft that they had that night in the real draft, them Dolphins fans, they'd be very, very excited. Just as a recap, Minnesota ended up getting Tua Tagovailoa, so pretty cool. All right, stage one, we've got 9 laps to go, 52 of 200 in the race. Bowman continues to lead, with Ryan Blaney in second, and he's way back now, 3.536. So Bowman looks to be cruising to his stage one win here. Oops. Trying to check something out here real quick. All right, 8 laps to go in stage one. Lap 53 of 200 in the race. Bowman continues to lead. The rest of the top 10 is Blaney, Johnson, D'Anbieto, Amarola, Bush, Logano, Keselowski, Reddick. Oh, no, that was 17th. So that's the top 8 up to Keselowski there. Seven to go in stage one. 7 to go in stage one. Kind of surprised that we don't have more folks in here today. Last week after the NASCAR race, it came up and we had a large number of views and folks that showed up to watch the stream. So I thought maybe NASCAR was the way, kind of that area that wasn't getting a representation on these live streams. So we figured we'd do this instead of the XFL game today. But I guess time will tell. Alrighty, so Bowman still in the lead. 3.57 seconds is the lead. He's led 39 laps so far in this race. And there's 5 to go in the stage. Harvick just hanging out in 14th back there. Caution free so far in the race. Larson is the only one that's had any issues with like hitting things. They show in-car audio of Kyle Busch, and he is rim riding. He can't be inches from the outside wall. So the Toyota is currently, the highest rated Toyota is 10th. They just showed the Toyota top runners, and Kyle Busch in 10th is the fastest Toyota today. Four to go in stage one, 57 of 200 in the race. Bowman's lead is now 3.86 seconds over Blaney. Those Hendrick cars currently running pretty good today. First, third, ninth, and 11th. So Bowman in first, Johnson in third, Elliott in ninth, and William Byron further back in the field. Three laps to go in stage one. Chase Elliott reporting a problem in the 9 car. Sounds like it's a tire issue. He's reporting that he's got some vibrations in his vehicle. They're hoping to make it to the end of the stage before they have to bring him in. So according to OBS, we're still dropping frames every now and then, but it seems to recover. So that's not totally horrible. Just haven't seen that before for a whole stream. 2 laps to go in stage one with Bowman. Bowman's lead is 3.76 over Ryan Blaney. Johnson in third, Amarola in fourth, Kurt Busch in fifth. So Alex Bowman, his first 4 races at California, he led 1 lap. Today he's led 43. The other lap leaders today were Boyer with 10 laps led and Stenhouse with 6 during the pit stops. This is the final lap of stage one. Alex Bowman takes the green and white checkered flag as the winner of stage one. So Bowman gets those valuable chase points for winning stages. Blaney comes back second, Johnson third, Amarola fourth, and Kurt Busch 5th to finish out the stage. So these vehicles would get ready to go down pit road, get service on their mean machines before they get back to racing for stage 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and put up that yellow flag as they run under caution. How you like that? Fancy graphics here at Valhalla Sports Talk. We don't mess around. Currently 2 viewers in the stream, and I think those are both me. So I'm going to step away for just 1 second. I'll keep the mic open and the leaderboard up, but I will be back in just a moment. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I am back talking to an empty room. All right, so they've come down pit road to get their service. The race off pit road shows Kurt Busch in the lead. He took 4 tires. Johnson comes off pit road second. There were some issues looking like for Blaney as they came off. The Johnson pit crew is happy with their service, how everything went down. The race telecast is calling into Bowman to get his thoughts on leading stage one there. The screen is still showing that the stream is healthy, so I'm not sure what OBS is showing me, why they are telling me that I'm dropping frames, but seems like we're still alive, still alive. Ten-second delay on the stream, so that's not bad at all. Pretty happy with that. Our initial stream, we were running like a 45-second delay when we did the Super Bowl, so we're showing some improvement. Kyle Larson stopped before pit road was open, so he is going to start at the tail end of the longest lap, the longest line. So I'm thinking this error that comes up is basically just telling me that at a moment in the stream, it kind of lagged a little bit. Now, it's not saying that it's stuck lagging. It just says at one moment, boom, you drop some frames. That's going to happen with the internet. Because you remember in Arizona here, we our internet is delivered by roadrunners and hummingbirds. They bring all the internet juice into houses and then they drop it in. So you only get what you're allotted here in the great state of Arizona, especially when you're in the sticks. But we'll take it. We will take it. Still in a commercial break, just before we get back to racing action here. Go ahead and take that little yellow flag down, even though they're still running under it. There's a nice little dot on the screen right here that tells you that they're currently under yellow condition on the racetrack. If you find yourself watching this stream later on and you kind of dig the content or want to find us again, please hit that subscribe button. Just click that subscribe button, ring that bell, and that'll keep you updated on the goings, the comings and goings of the Valhalla Sports Talk crew, aka me. Our next stream that I'm pretty sure I'm going to do is it'll be our first Dodger stream. It's going to be next Friday night. So we're pretty excited about that. Be a spring training game for those Dodgers. So as far as like, I mean, I put this stuff out there for folks that are kind of trying to do their own streaming and things like that. But as I said, I'm showing 10.3, 11.6% CPU usage at 30 frames per second. So none of those things are bad. All right, they're coming back from the commercial break, and hopefully we'll get stage 2 underway. Well, there's why Bowman didn't win the race off pit road. While they were servicing his vehicle, the air hose got stuck under the rear passenger side tire, and when the fella got the tire back on there, he tried to run around to the other side of the car, and it was stuck. Here we go. Restart. Lap 66 of 200. Jimmy Johnson takes the green flag on the track. And he leads him around through turns 1 and 2. He's driving on the bottom side with Blaney in his shadow. The jockeying for position continues. The top three are Johnson, Blaney, Logano, and then there's a cluster of cars fighting for that fourth position. Logano comes through the fray to take fourth, with his teammate Brad Keselowski just behind him. They're kind of getting single file on the top side of the racetrack. There's still 5 wide further back. You've got a gaggle of cars there. Johnson, Blaney. Alrighty, Blaney peeks out, decides he wants that spot from Bowman, takes it, sets his sights on Johnson. Lap 68 of 200 in the race. Running order: Johnson, Blaney, Bowman, 1, 2, 3. Harvick, our guy, looks like he's in 10th place currently. Johnson's kind of flailing a little bit at the middle of the track. Decides to go up high to try to find some grip. And Bowman tucks in just in front of him and just behind Blaney in the 12 car. Blaney goes down to the apron and then lets it slide back up to the outside as they go down the backstretch. All right, stage 2, lap 10 of 60 in stage 2, lap 70 of 200 in the race. The top 5 is Blaney in that 12 car, Bowman in the 88, Johnson in the 48, Logano in the 22, and Keselowski in the 2. Harvick has dropped down to 11th. Good racing back in the field between Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr. Elliott takes the position. Currently in the race, you've got 5 lead changes, therefore 5 leaders, with 1 caution flag. That was the stage. And fastest lap of 177.962. 3-way battle here for first. You've got Bowman, Blaney, and Johnson all battling. Bowman's got the slight advantage riding down on the apron, and him and Johnson let it slide up to the wall. So it's Johnson with just a hair lead on Bowman as they take the start-finish line. And Johnson will get credit for the lap win. But Blaney says, no more, I'm coming on the inside and I'm about to smoke you. And just shoots past Johnson to take the lead again. Let's see if Johnson crosses him up coming down the backstretch. Logano has moved into 3rd at this point and is about 2 car lengths behind Johnson. A lot of the cars are taken to the apron as they go through the turns and then letting it slide out to the wall as they go down the straightaways. Blaney led that lap with Johnson at 0.23 seconds behind him. Logano just behind Johnson at 0.44 and closing. Kyle Busch has moved up into the top 10 and sets his sights on the 21 car of Matt DiBenedetto. Stage 2, lap 13 of 60, 73 of 200 in the race. Blaney continues to lead in that 12 car, increased his lead to 0.21 over Johnson. Nice little race back in the field there. You got Logano, Truex Jr., and Chase Elliott all within like 1/10 of a second of one another. Elliott is leading that group and is fighting off a challenge from Hamlin. Kyle Busch trying to find a way to get past Di Benedetto in ninth. Showing a replay. Ooh, heck, that came really close there. They just showed a replay, and Amarola was in front of Kyle Busch and then came up and slammed the door shut up on the high side, and Busch damn near hit him, but cut to the inside. Gonna get that green flag off the screen. No, they're still green on the track. They go to commercial. Hey, Gil Soto joins the chat. Gil, I've been to a number of NASCAR events, but they've all been in Phoenix, here where I live. I've probably been to, I'd say probably 12 races, 10, something like that. Never been to another track. It's going good, Gil. How you doing today, man? How you doing? We're watching some racing on Valhalla Sports Talk today. Talking to an empty room. as we get this thing going, learning this whole YouTube thing. Yeah, days off, man. We all like days off. This is a Sunday, so it's the one before that M word. We're not going to talk about that because it's only 2:52 in the afternoon, so we still got the day off. You much of a NASCAR fan, Gil? I mean, have you been to a race before? Yeah, that was real close. They almost wadded it up there as we went to commercial break. Amarola is actually the teammate of my favorite driver, Harvick. They're two of the four cars in the stable. All right, we're currently lap 17 of 60 in stage 2, 77 of 200 in the race. We had 7 lead changes. Ryan Blaney continues to lead. He's got a half a second lead over Jimmy Johnson in second and a 1 second lead over Alex Bowman in third. Let's find out where my guy Harvick is. Harvick is struggling today. He's currently in 15th, 6.44 off the lead. So he's got to find some speed in that Mobil 1 Ford Mustang. They're back from commercial. Stage 2, 19 of 60, 79 of 200 in the race, with Blaney leading, and his lead is up to 0.4 of a second over Johnson. Gil, if you've never been to a NASCAR race, you need to go, man. I mean, go check it out at least one time. It's a cool experience, and that first time the cars go by you at speed, you'll never forget it. You will never forget it. You pay attention to the standings, Gil? Where do you live? I don't remember where you live, but if there's a track anywhere near you, you need to go check it out, man. Just try it one time. It's a good people watching opportunity at the very least, because NASCAR has some fans. Already lap 21 of 60 in stage 2, 81 of 200 in the race. Blaney continues to lead over Johnson and Bowman. Truex Jr. is up to 6th place now, so he's gone from starting dead last on the field, and he's moved all the way up into the top 10 in the 6th place. He's currently 3.85 seconds back from the leader. The 95 car has dropped a cylinder and is driving on the apron of the track and is smoking. Christopher Bell was the driver of that car, 25 years of age with 16 wins in the Xfinity Series. Not sure if he's a rookie this year or not. Blaney is now lapping cars, dealing with lap traffic on the track. All right, we've got some sun shining through the clouds now, so that could change some of these setups here. It might help my boy Harvick get closer to the front there, because I think they were set up for the heat. Truex is past Hamlin now. Still in sixth, 3.5 seconds off the lead. Truex and Elliott battling for a position here. Truex on the inside, Elliott on the outside. Truex gains the advantage down low and then lets it slide up in front of him. Truex is driving low on the apron. Elliott's rim riding around the wall, which is pretty typical for Elliott. You currently got Johnson and Bowman battling for second, and Bowman is going to take that spot. So moves into second place. A couple teammates there battling for position. Stage 2, 24 of 60 is the lap count, 84 of 200 in the race. Cars are pretty much driving around single file at this point. Look at Hamlin, who's passing somebody on the outside. He's passing Amarola in that 10 car. And that's going to let him take over. I believe that's close to the 8th position on the track. Yeah, Gil, NASCAR fans, they are loyal. I mean, I guess they're kind of loyal as they drink a Coors Light while my driver, who's sponsored by Busch Light, is driving around the track. But I couldn't find any Busch Light yesterday. I found some in the cans, but I decided I wanted to buy these Coors bottles instead. Hey Gil, I don't have any mods for this channel. How do I make you a mod? Apparently that helps you out later on if people are trying to cause trouble. We don't have that trouble because we don't have any people that come to our streams, but I imagine we might have some later. All right, Truex is still moving through the field here. He's past Logano now, and he's sitting in fourth, 4.25 seconds off the lead. So it won't be long now. Truex kind of always races good here, and he's going to be up there in the front here pretty quick. All right, they go to commercial with Ryan Blaney currently in the lead. 26 of 60 laps in, 86 of 200 for the race. Leader Blaney, 1.266 seconds in front of Alex Bowman. Jimmie Johnson in third. Martin Truex in fourth. Joey Logano in fifth. Click on your name. See. There's some dots like next to your name, and if I click on that, it says go to channel, so I'm not thinking that's it. I might have to do it on the YouTube side and not in the not in OBS. If I can't figure it out, I'll probably get Troxel to do it, but get him to tell me how to do it. But I'm gonna just make you a mod, and then I at least have one because you sometimes show up. So we'll take that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably done on the YouTube side, not in OBS. Gil, are you seeing the stream okay? Because I've been getting, like, since I started today, and I haven't been getting this before, but I've been getting an error that the stream is dropping frames and lagging and doing all this stuff. But the other screen that I have that lets you know about your stream health is showing that we're doing okay. So I don't know what to believe. Maybe here I could click on your name. Add moderator. Okay, so it's now, Gil, it now says that you're a moderator for the channel. So is that all I need to do? All right, Kyle Busch is going down pit road, and he has some company, so this might be the next round of pit stops here. Number of vehicles coming down pit road. Lap 30 of 60 in stage 2. Blaney continues to lead. Bowman's about 2 seconds behind, and Johnson's fallen to about 4 seconds behind. Hey, I got my first wrench. Gil, you are the man. You're my first mod. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. So if you got someone picking on me, you make sure to take care of them. Don't let him act a fool up in Valhalla Sports Talk. All right, pit stops continue. At this point, none of the top 3 have pitted, and Harvick has moved up to 4th because of the folks that are going to pit road. Hamlin completes his service. Amarola completes his as well, and they're moving down pit road ready to rejoin the fray. Blaney coming to pit road now, giving up the lead in that number 12 body armor Kobe Bryant paint scheme. All right, so now the leaders are coming down. They're all down pit road. Harvick's coming down pit road as well. So shortly the field should cycle through, and we should get an idea who's leading this race again. Byron's still showing as the leader. Yeah, Gil, I'm having fun, dude. I mean, I did a lot last night for like the badging on the channel and stuff. I opened up the little swag shop where you can buy t-shirts and stuff. And man, I got some legit looking stuff, man. It's looking official. Alrighty, 29 laps to go in stage 2. Byron currently coming down pit road. Blaney looks like it's going to cycle through, and he's going to remain the leader after the pit stops. Truex is coming up fast on Jimmy Johnson. Truex goes high. Jimmy Johnson kind of staying in the middle of the track. Truex cuts down to his left. Oh, we've got someone having issues on the track. Clint Boyer is dragging the right side. I think he's got a left front tire down. He takes the car to the apron and is trying to baby it home. That thing's riding around on the rim. Clint Boyer, 40 years old, from Emporia, Kansas. He has 10 career wins on the NASCAR Cup side. And we're under caution. We are under caution, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Boyer hit the wall here at all. Looks like he's coming around the turn there, kind of got to the middle of the track, and that tire just blew out. He kept it off the wall, babied it down to the bottom there, and got to pit road. He's approaching his pit box at this time. All right, so he gets it to the pit rock box. He does have some damage to the front left splitter, and he's drugged the left side of the car pretty heavy, so he's going to have some issues there. We're putting 4 tires on it, and they'll get him back out on the track. Currently 28 to go in stage 2. William Byron is being shown as the leader, with Blaney in 2nd, Bowman in 3rd, Johnson in 4th, and Truex Jr. in 5th. Oh yeah, Gil. They'll just throw some tires on that sucker and send him out. They might bring him in a couple times here to kind of try to fix the aerodynamics on the car and rip that piece that it was sticking out of the nose there. But yeah, they'll bring him back in. Toyota pace car pacing the field. Blaney in first as we run out of under caution, 33 of 60. I'm going to step away for just a moment and use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. All right, currently lap 34 of 60. We're under caution for the Clint Bowyer flat tire. So 34 of 60, 94 of 200 on the day. 9 lead changes, 6 leaders, 2 cautions. Let me try something here. I think this was a better view. Yeah, let's check that out. Move it around here. Move this down just a couple ticks. Yeah, that lets you see more. That lets you see the top 15. So let's roll with that look. I forgot to do that earlier. Alrighty, they approach the start-finish line. They're ready to get this thing going. Green flag at the Auto Club 400. Ryan Blaney leads him down the front stretch. Continues to lead, cuts down to the bottom to block Bowman a little bit. Johnson in third. Blaney cutting low through turns 2. And he gets a little distance there. You still got Bowman and... Oh, now it's Martin Truex sitting back there trying to take over third place. And a gaggle of cars behind them. They're 3, 4 wide going through the field. Really a mess battling for third there. You got 4 or 5 cars battling for third place. Some on the apron, some on the outside, some in the middle. Looks like Byron manages to get in front of that lead, but on the inside, you've got Elliott trying to take that spot. So Elliott and Byron are fighting for third place there side by side with Truex coming in to join the fray. Little beating and banging back in the field as they try to get a spot. Byron held his own, takes third place. You got some cars shooting down low to try to gain positions. So Blaney, Johnson are your current top two. Here we go. Logano trying to get third from the 24 car, and 88 follows him through and then cuts the middle. 3 wide, fighting for third there with Keselowski on the outside. Bowman threads the needle and takes that position, goes up to the wall. Let's see if he holds it down the other side. Chase Elliott wants in on some of this too, cutting low. We got just a gaggle of cars just fighting for third here, man. It's good racing at California. The top two are kind of checking out a little bit. They've got about a second lead on this battle for third. Blaney and Johnson. Johnson looks like he wants some of that lead, though, and he's setting his sights on Blaney. Attendance at California Speedway today doesn't look overwhelmingly good, but that's kind of the way things have been going in all sports as of late. Unbelievable how bouncy this track is. You see cars just bouncing around like they're riding on bouncy shocks. 21 to go in stage 2. We're at the halfway point of the race, so if the rain does come, they can call it. Lap 100 of 200. Let's go through the top 10 real quick here with 20 to go in stage 2 here. You got Blaney in first, Johnson in second, Alex Bowman in third with Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano. And then 7th through 10, you've got Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin. So the first Toyota is Truex in 7th. All right, they showed Boyer driving through the field there. He's trying to get some spots back. Let's see where he is in the field. Harvick is currently in 11th, by the way. Not exactly a banner day for my boy. But Boyer's sitting back there in 25th, battling the likes of Daniel Suarez and others to get back into this deal. Truex is racing extremely aggressive today. I mean, he's always been a hell of a race car driver, but he is extremely aggressive out there. He's fighting Logano, and then Chase Elliott just takes the outside and passes them both. Blaney's lead is currently up to 0.47. They keep going into Truex's car and listening to his in-car audio, and he is fired up today. Of course, he's had to pass a lot of cars. He's probably passed more cars than anyone today, starting at the ass end of the field to start this deal. There's a whole group of cars back there where Truex is at. Caught sight of Harvick back there too, so Harvick's moved up in the top 10, 3.84 seconds back from the lead. He's actually in 9th now. So he's moving forward. I said once he got some heat on the track, he'd probably move forward because they were set up for a sunny day and this rain that NASCAR brings to wherever they go. So Harvick's going to now set his sights. He's back down to 10th, and Hamlin is just in front of him. Johnson, who's in second, is now trying to fight off a charge from the 88 of Alex Bowman. And Bowman goes to his inside. He's past him. Now, when they get out of the turn here, will he slide up and take that position? Yes, he will. So Blaney Bowman, your top two. Bowman's currently a half a second behind Blaney. 17 to go in stage 2, 104 of 200 in the race. And Fox goes to commercial, but keeps it side by side. So let's see if we can see any big names and thinking they're in the wrong spot. Kurt Busch, who looked good early on in the race, is now way down in 16th place with Almirola, who ran in the top 10 for a lot of the beginning of this deal. Clint Boyer, as I mentioned, is about 24th, battling Daniel Suarez and Stenhouse. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, Blaney continues to be the leader. He's led 105 laps today, or excuse me, he's run 105 laps on the day. He's led 35 of them. All right, Logano looks like he's in some traffic here, trying to hold on to his spot. Harvick's moved up to 7th at this point, 5 seconds off the lead. The 12 car of Ryan Blaney, who's in the lead, now has some debris on his grill, so that might be an issue later on here. 14 to go in stage 2. Yeah, Gil, I don't know either. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything called a donut sandwich. I don't think I need that. I have enough bad shit that I eat without adding some new stuff to it. What is it supposed to be, like a donut with a chicken shoved in the middle of it? That's weird. All right, Blaney's lead is holding about the same. He's about half a second in front of Alex Bowman. The one who's really under siege back there is Joey Logano. He's got cars that are just working him over. Where is he now? He's dropped to 12th place. So you ain't going to run out and buy no KFC donut sandwich, huh, Gil? All right, so the TV coverage is currently showing all that garbage on the grill of Blaney's car, so that car could start to overheat here any second now. He's got to hope that one of these lap cars that he's coming up on, that he catches them where they're going fast enough where he can just get behind them and get the air to rip that off that front of that car. Not an easy thing to do when someone's trying to take that spot from you. But he's got a lot of debris covering that grill, the important parts of that grill. Ooh, a little shot of the race coverage in the back here, and you got Harvick. Harvick gets aggressive and just goes down to the apron and dusts both Logano and Busch. That's beautiful. That must be how he got up to 7th. That's my guy. That's my guy. 8th place. Still almost 6 seconds off the lead, though. 11 to go in stage 2. Lap 110 of 200 in the race. The donuts are the buns. That's crazy. I don't know if I just didn't see that commercial or what, but I'll have to watch for it and give you my impression. But yeah, I don't think that's something I'll be running out to purchase. All right, Almirola and Logano currently back there battling for 11th and 12th. And Almirola, like he likes to do, just runs past him and then cuts up in front of him and hopes he doesn't wreck him. Logano is pushing him down the straightaway, letting him know he didn't like that shit. Just makes him go faster, though, and lets him get further ahead of him. Tyler Reddick, you know, you've got the 10 car back there battling Logano, and Reddick just comes by on the outside and just dusts them both. The rookie looking good in that 8 car. So you're going to try it, right, Gil? Man, we have a wings place. I don't know if you have it where you're at. It's called Native here in town. And whenever we get wings, I always get their chicken and waffle dry rub. That's my favorite wing at our wing place here. All right, 9 to go in stage 2. Blaney continues to lead. It's almost up to a second now, 0.71. Johnson is further back. He's 4 seconds back. So the only two really close to one another are Blaney and Bowman. Mind if Milton checks in on the food channel? So Milton, have you tried the chicken and waffle wings from Native here in town? They're my favorite. All the dry rubs. I don't like a bunch of sauce on the wings. So all righty, they're saying that the weather above the speedway there is clearing up, so they're thinking they're going to get to the end here without having a rain delay. So for NASCAR, that's an epic event. Harvick back there, he's battling Kyle Busch. Currently in 8th spot. He's going to take the high line and let Busch try to pass him on the low side. Blaney's lead is now up to 1.5 seconds. 7 to go in stage 2, lap 114 of 200. Blaney continues the lead. That lead's about the same. It's about 1.5 seconds over Bowman. And then Johnson is way back there, almost 5 seconds back. Austin Dillon, he started 18th on the field today. I took the graphic down too quick. Stage 2, 6 to go. They go back into the in-car audio for Martin Truex, and he's still just absolutely livid at the other drivers for some reason. Yeah, Gil, that's kind of what they do nowadays. It's so hard to pass on these tracks for these NASCAR guys, and the cars are so evenly matched that what they'll do is they'll get behind him and pull up on their bumper and try to upset the air, try to make him wiggle around a little bit. And if the car wiggles, then they cut to the inside or they cut to the outside and make the pass while the driver tries to recover from his near-death experience. Five to go in stage 2. Blaney's lead is ballooned to 2.66 seconds. Harvick is dropping down a little bit. He's currently in 10th. So the excitement for the Harvick Nation has subsided a little bit as he starts dropping back. He seems to get about 3/4 of the way through the run, and those tires just wear out, and he starts going backwards. Four laps to go in stage 2 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. The Auto Club 400 here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Blaney's lead continues to grow. He's currently 2.75 seconds in front of Bowman. Jimmy Johnson is about to get some company for 3rd place there. Keselowski, Truex, and Elliott have their eyes on that position. Keselowski's riding in Johnson's shadow right now. Cuts low to the inside apron. Going to try to take this spot. Johnson continues to rim ride around the top of the track. Still holds that spot. I think Keselowski's going to try to take him high on this next turn. Nope. He just gets back in his tire tracks and decides to ride it out for a little bit. Blaney's lead is ballooned to almost 3 seconds. There's currently 2 laps to go in this stage, so he's about to get him another stage win. 119 of 200 is the lap count. Yeah, Gil Bush is moving up. He's fighting it though. Them Toyotas, I'm not sure that they're handling it too well. Worried me for a second. I stopped there because they started talking about my boy, Mr. Harvick, in 10th there. I thought he might be blowing up. I'm not going to hate it, man. I mean, I'm not a Blaney fan, but he's got that Kobe Bryant paint scheme, and I'll take that. If my guy's not going to win it, here comes Blaney to take stage 2. 3.2 second lead. So as they come across the line, Blaney leads, Bowman second, Johnson third, Keselowski fourth, and Truex fifth. And we are under caution. They just showed a graphic there that Fox is currently in their 20th year of NASCAR coverage. That's insane. But that means I'm old. Currently 3 folks in the stream at this time. We do ask folks, if you are new, please hit that subscribe button. Please ring that bell. Help our channel grow. We're currently, I was thinking this morning, it was about, we're about a month old for Valhalla Sports Talk at this point, and then I saw something around the time that the AFC and NFC championship games happened in the NFL. That's the day that I decided, you know what? That's something I like to do. I'm going to go ahead and make me a YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing some live streaming, and then I'll do some content. Then I'm going to make all this stuff happen. And so I laid all the things in motion, and here we are. So I think we're, for the number of things that we've done and the time, I think we're doing okay. I mean, even though we're sitting here with basically me and Gil hanging out in the channel here, but I think we're doing okay. We've got all this thing set up. I've got a pretty good understanding of the system that transmits these races. I've got our little swag shop open where you can buy Valhalla Sports Talk gear. I understand how to do like the logos and the thumbnails, and it doesn't always go smooth, but we're kind of learning our way. So yeah, well, Gil, if it's their 20th year, they had to be in the mid 90s. So yeah, it's been a while. So Gil says the Lakers disappointed a lot of people last night. I was actually working on some of the channel stuff last night, but I had the Laker game on a side TV that we have, and with no sound. So I just kind of watched it. Man, that game went by fast. It was like it started and then it was over. But yeah, they go on the road. They're kind of a different team, it seems like. Anytime they go back east and have to go to the middle of the country, it seems to me like they always have a tough time. You look up, it's 15 minutes into the first quarter, and they're down by 20. I don't know. They got to get that stuff straight before playoff time because it could end quick for them. I still think they're probably. I would probably say that, in my opinion, the Lakers are probably one of 6 teams that have a shot to win this deal this year. I don't know that they're ranked the highest, but I'm going to tell you what, that Anthony Davis, if he's healthy going into the playoffs, he can win us any game. And I think LeBron will make sure that he has that opportunity. I've been impressed this year with how unselfish LeBron's been, because I've always been, even though I'm a Laker fan, I've always been a LeBron, I don't want to say hater, but he has never been my favorite player. And I haven't been impressed with how he has done everything in his power to try to make sure Davis stays a Laker. Yeah, I like the new logo too. Well, Gil, the coolest thing about it is that the way I have it set up, it's going to change color depending on what we're in. So the issue before was I had the purple and gold and everything I was doing would show purple and gold on the bottom, and it would look kind of like it was standing out weird. But this deal here, you put this logo over any overlay, and it's going to let the colors on the back shine through. So it's kind of cool. Check out the swag shop. I couldn't believe how nice it looks on on like a polo or something, or a hat. But all right, pit road is open currently. Everybody is a taker, of course, because they're under caution. 77 laps to go in the race. Everybody getting service, nearly everybody taking 4 tires and fuel on their vehicles. I'm sure there's a lot of adjustments being done on these vehicles because of the sun finally shining through the clouds. But as they run off, Johnson's +2. Jimmy Johnson takes the lead off pit road with Bowman, Blaney, Truex, and Harvick. Harvick goes up 5 positions, so his crew did him well. Jimmy Johnson's left front tire changer tried to pull some tape off the front of the car and almost got ran over. Fox decides to call in and check on Mr. Blaney and see how he's feeling after winning 2 stages. Go ahead and take that yellow flag off the screen. Get ready for the green. So here we go. My guy Harvick sitting in 5th. Let's see if he's got anything for these boys. I think we need that sun to shine bright. It looks to me, I mean, as they run around, it looks like it's still kind of overcast, but this is probably going to be the best restart of the day here, boys and girls. Checking out some social media here. Alrighty, so everything seems to be working properly. Only 2 people in the stream. I think maybe Gil left me for a little bit. Left me all by my lonesome. Yeah, Gil, I've got some. I don't want to call it experience because I've never been paid for it, but I've got some talent as far as like graphic design. I've taught myself everything, but I have one program that I'm really good at. It's almost a 20-year-old program for doing graphics and stuff, and that's how I make everything. I make the overlay with that, the logo, everything. I've made everything on that old program. The problem is the program will only run properly on a computer that has like Windows 7. So I have my laptop that I use to do all the graphic stuff, and then I have to transfer it over to my desktop, which is a much newer computer. The hell, we even opened a Instagram account today for Valhalla Sports Talk. So we're trying to check all them boxes. Trying to be a player in the game. This week, I don't know if you caught it, Gil, but this is gonna be the first Dodger game that we're gonna do on Friday night this week. So excited about that. So the OBS is still saying that we're dropping frames in the stream here, but the last time it occurred was 37 minutes ago. So I'll have to creep through my house and find out what happened that made it so it didn't drop frames anymore. $125 laps complete, 75 to go in the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. So this is the part where they go through all the announcers and they give their prediction on who's gonna bring this thing home at the end. Gil, I hope to see us in the World Series as well. I hope to see the Dodgers get in that World Series as well. The last time they were in the World Series, I was actually in the Army, and I was in Germany, I think it was at the time. So I didn't get to see any of that World Series that I remember. So I don't remember them winning their last one. And we've been so close the last 3 years that it's been tough to not at least get one win. I mean, I'm used to abject failure of my sports teams, obviously, because I am a Viking fan. So nothing phases us as far as not winning one. But all right, 74 to go. Let's get back to business. 74 of 200 remaining. Jimmie Johnson in the lead as they come in for the start of this third stage here. Top five as they've lined up: Johnson, Bowman, Blaney, Truex, and Harvick. So my boy Harvick's in fifth. And here we go. Pace car is off down pit road. We go into the Geico green zone, as they call it. Green flag for the last and final stage of the race at Auto Club Speedway. Johnson gets a good push from Truex on the outside and gets a nose past Bowman, but Bowman powers through at the bottom and takes the lead and slides up in front of the field. So the inside lane work there. Blaney pushed Bowman to the lead here. Now you got folks jostling. Chase Elliott to the inside, passes Harvick easily. And Blaney is riding around on the bottom too, and he's trying to go forward to the lead. So you got a three-way battle for the lead with Bowman, Johnson, and Blaney. Truex wants a piece. If it goes high, 4 wide, battling for the lead. Truex at the top, Blaney at the bottom, Bowman in the middle. Truex, however, just powers by on the outside and has a slight lead over Bowman at this point, but Bowman gets some speed and gets back down on the inside and takes the lead again. And then Blaney now is on the outside trying to take the lead. So at this point, it's Bowman, Blaney, side by side, going down the backstretch. And Johnson is faded back quite a bit. Wow. Truex decides he wants a piece of this action, drops down to the bottom, and he passes both of them for now. So it's Truex, Blaney, Bowman at this point. Now they're lining up. So as they line up, Truex, Blaney, Bowman, Hamlin a little bit further back and forth, and Reddick in fifth with Kyle Busch just behind him. Reddick, the rookie, showing something today. This battle isn't over up front yet. Blaney goes inside Truex Jr. Bowman isn't going anywhere. He's staying right to the back of Truex's bumper, pushes him a little bit, gets him a little wobbly, but sends him to the lead. There we go. Truex has a little bit of a lead at this point, and now Blaney and Bowman are side by side with Hamlin wanting a piece of that action as well. It just keeps going back and forth. The cars are better on one side of the track than the other, so right now, Truex has fallen back into the clutches of Bowman. Bowman gets right on his bumper, They're riding around the top of the track. And Hamlin decides he wants some of this, so he cuts to the inside of both of them. Hamlin way down on the apron or real close to it. Truex mid-track. And Hamlin cuts up in front of Truex, almost hits him. Has to whoa it up a little bit, and Truex passes him on the outside. Bowman in second, follows Truex through on the top side, and Hamlin tries to catch his breath because he almost wrecked the entire field. Blaney is now moving in on Hamlin. And Kyle Busch is just lurking there in fifth, about to get into all of it. Kurt Busch is pushing, or Kyle Busch is pushing Hamlin now. What a mess. We got battles all over the track. That 88 of Byron is now past Truex for the lead. Actually, the 88 of Bowman, is now past Truex for the lead. Hamlin in third with Kyle Busch coming right after him. What a restart. That was an excellent restart. Kyle Busch sitting back there with Johnson deciding he wants to try to get back up front again. And Harvick's coming there. Where is Harvick? Harvick's in seventh. He's riding back there with Reddick, pushing Reddick through the field. There you go, Gil. Let's go, Harvick. 67 to go, man. 67 to go at Auto Club Speedway. Current top five: Bowman, Truex, Hamlin, Busch, and Johnson. You've got 13 of 80 laps in stage 3, 14 of 80 laps in stage 3, 134 of 200 laps in the race. We've currently had 14 lead changes, 7 different leaders, and 3 cautions. 2 of them were for stage endings. Fox has gone to commercial at this point. It's that time, Gil. It's that time. That 4 wants to win this thing. He needs to giddy up and go. Giddy up and go. Get this thing going. I'm watching the like race ticker on NASCAR.com just to see if anything's changed, and it looks like it stayed about the same. You've still got Bowman in first with Truex in second and Hamlin in third. Harvick, however, is dropping back. He's currently in 8th. Logano, who ran good earlier in the race, is back there in 14th. And Larson, who hit the wall earlier, is back up to 19th. Let me see if we see anybody else of note. Bowman looks like he's increasing his lead at this point. He's almost a full second in front of Truex, who sits in second. And then Jimmy Johnson's about a half second back of Truex for third. So all the talk of the Toyotas having issues here today, mostly for me, I guess, but also on the telecast itself. But lots of talk about the Toyotas not being competitive, and currently they've got 3 Toyotas in the top 10. 2 Chevys in the top 10 with 3 Toyotas. All right, so stream health-wise, let's talk about that for just a sec. We've had no error messages now for probably close to 40 minutes. 7.9% CPU usage, running at 30 frames per second. So it looks like we're doing okay all of a sudden. Let's check what YouTube is saying. YouTube's saying that the stream is excellent. No issues. So something has happened. Something has happened. Like I mentioned before, Arizona, we have basically roadrunners and hummingbirds bring our internet to us. And so maybe they're flying. Maybe they're flying and running, getting that stuff in the house quicker. Gil Truex has killed this whole race. He started dead last, dude. He didn't get through tech inspection this week, and they started him last in the field. So nobody's passed more cars than him, and he's always good here and good on these 1.5 mile tracks. And he is currently in second. Excuse me. Truex has an issue. He's got trash on his grill, which probably gave him a lot of speed for a little while. We'll see how long he gets to keep it. All right, and he cleared the debris from the nose of the car, so that's good. So Bowman in first, Truex in second, Johnson in third. Bowman's got a little bit of breathing space, about 1.6 seconds in the lead. I've really been impressed today with how this Tyler Reddick in the 8 car has been running. Man, Busch just pushing Blaney down. Whoa, and damn near wrecked him. Bowman continues to lead. He's stepping out a little bit, 1.74 seconds up on Truex Jr., who's running in second, and Johnson's almost 3 seconds back. Harvick is up to 7th at this point, 5 seconds back. They're saying Denny Hamlin put the car in the wall a little bit, and he looks like he's dropping back. They're showing the replay right now. It looks like he was going into the turn, and it just kind of got away from him. He kind of drifted right out into the wall there. So now we know how Harvick got up into the top 6 there. So he's still going, and now he's trying to pass Harvick and passes him pretty easily on the outside. Kurt Busch joins the fray and passes Harvick as well. So Harvick's day today, he started 5th, was 14th after stage 1, 10th after 2, and 9th currently in the 4th stage. So he's not having the typical Harvick day. He's having a tough day. Bowman's lead up to 2.19 seconds over Truex, and Johnson is within 3 seconds. 58 laps to go in the Auto Club 400 from Fontana. Harvick down to 9th. Keselowski sitting in 10th. Kyle Busch currently in 5th place, 5.6 seconds back from 6 seconds back from the lead. All right, good gaggle of cars right there. You got Hamlin, Elliott, and Kurt Busch all battling for that same spot. That would be 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Harvick's kind of joining that fray as well. Hamlin pushing Elliott down the straightaway, almost wiggles him loose and into the wall again, but he gathers it back up, and off they sail into the turn. Kurt Busch decides he wants to ride on the apron for a while to get past Elliott. Doesn't work. He slides up in front of Hamlin. 56 to go at Fontana. I've never seen this before. I'm currently showing one viewer in the stream. So I'm literally talking to myself. Stream looks good, like it's operating properly. Currently 2 hours and 24 seconds into this live stream, the NASCAR live stream on Valhalla Sports Talk. What are you laughing at, Gil? I thought you left me, man. It said 1. I'm drinking beer, man. It don't matter to me. Currently in a commercial break, Alex Bowman continues to lead the race. 2.7 second lead over Truex with Jimmy Johnson in third. And my boy Harvick is in ninth. Just plugging along, plugging along. I don't know. Maybe my wife stopped watching. Gil. Maybe she was the second. There's almost always going to be one because I always keep a TV on my left on the stream. You know, on it's not even coming from anything official. It's we do a search for Valhalla Sports Talk and click on the video, and that's what comes up over there. And so I'm always going to have one viewer, even if that viewer is myself. So Gil, do you watch who is it that does the 76ers? That's the 76er fan. Spotlight Sports Talk? I think that's who it is. I like him. He's a good young man. I always think he's younger than he is. I guess he's over 30, but I always thought he was like just a youngster. But I know he's a big Sixers fan, so I know if they're getting whooped by the Clippers, he'll probably have a little meltdown video later. Clippers are apparently turning it on here at the end. I don't like to hear that. Who did you say your NBA team was, Gil? I know you said it earlier. Probably look up in the chat and see it. Not like I have a ton of chat to go through to find the comment, right? Gil, you're in the Bronx, man. You were in the real city. Alrighty, currently 29 of 80 laps done in stage 3. 149 of 200. Bowman continues to lead with a 3.2 second lead over Martin Truex Jr. with Ryan Blaney 5.5 seconds back in third. So we're getting down to money time in this race. Currently, they're going through the part of the race where the announcers predict who they think is going to win. So, Spotlight Sports Talk recently became your favorite? He's a good guy, man. He makes me he gets fired up in them channels. He gets fired up. He don't take no guff either. I mean, if someone start acting up in the chat, he didn't waste a second to tell him to go pound sand. But if you want to go over there and watch that, Gil, go ahead. I mean, I could probably manage the mod duties if it's just me watching it. If I get out of hand, I'll just throw myself out. I do appreciate you coming in again. $49 to go in the Auto Club 400 at Fontana. Top 10 as they run: Bowman, Truex, Blaney, Johnson, Kyle Busch, Elliott, Kurt Busch, Hamlin, Harvick, and Jones. Eric Jones moves into the top 10 there. We haven't really heard his name a lot today. And that's because Keselowski has dropped out of the top 10. All New York teams. Okay, I got you. What about that fellow that does the all the content for the Giants? I forget his name. I've seen him a couple times. He seems like he's got a lot of followers. So a Yankee fan, Gil? Is that what we're talking about? Because we could be mortal enemies at the end of the baseball season. All right, so they're saying that the last lap, Harvick was quicker than the race leader. That could be, what kind of traffic they're running into, all kinds of things. Feels like a caveman still. Chase Elliott dealing with some debris on the front of his Napa Chevrolet. Harvick currently 9 seconds back from the leader. Gil, I've never been on a visit to New York City. When I came back from Desert Storm, our plane did stop in New York City for about 45 minutes. We stopped there. We got off the plane. They let us go go to the bar, and there were a lot of people like cheering and all that stuff for us, and we had like patches on our uniforms, and so we gave those to folks that were in the terminal there, and they bought us beer. So it was a pretty good trade. But as far as like visiting New York City, I've never done that, Gil. I'd sure like to one day. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but all right, 45 to go in the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Let's go quickly through the top five. Bowman continues to lead. He's got a 3-second lead over Truex. 4-second, almost 5-second lead over Blaney. Then you got Johnson and Kyle Busch, who are over 6 seconds back. And so it's looking like a runaway at this point for Bowman, which is weird after Blaney dominated the first two stages. Bowman has to hope like hell that he doesn't get a caution. There's no caution on the track, because I'm sure Blaney'd like to get back up there. And that Truex, if he gets another shot at it, so it would be a hell of a restart if they restart again. I think I was there the night, Gil, that he went over 2K. I think I was watching that stream as well. Just seems like a good guy. It seems like he's just doing the work and plugging away at it, So, but yeah, I think he's like gone from 2,000 to like 2.7 thousand, really quick. Like I mentioned before, I'm like, this is the 8th stream I think I've done. But I mean, if I could be sitting somewhere around 500 to 750 as we get into the NFL season, I'd be pretty ecstatic. I don't know if we're sitting at 32 or 33 right now, so I don't know if that's a realistic goal. But you never know. I mean, shit. Things sometimes take off, at least when you least expect it. I'll tell you one thing, out of all the streams that we did, the one that like caught fire, I mean, that had a lot of views for me, I mean, compared to other channels, was the Laker stream. The one Laker stream we did this week had almost 700 or 800 views, which was crazy compared to the other stuff that I do. So I don't know, maybe we'll do more Laker games. It's hard to believe that I would even get that many, knowing that there's that one fellow from New York there that's a Knicks fan that does all the Laker games, and he gets like thousands in his chat every time he's on. People from all over the world. So who knows? Trying to help Worldwide West get to 1,000. What does Worldwide West do? What kind of content does he provide? Never heard of him. Yeah, that's true. Well, you just need or Gil, you just need the one to take off. Jimmy Johnson down pit road. This is probably the start of green flag pit stops. So you got Johnson and Elliott already down there. Johnson looks like he's going to get 4 tires, fuel, and a chassis adjustment. Looks like everybody's cycling through now, trying to pit. Bowman currently in the lead. Blaney up to second. Both Kyle Busch and Truex coming down pit road. That's really what I got to do too, Gil. I got to start doing regular content, not just the live streams. But I got plans. I got plans for that stuff too. Harvick on pit road, along with Truex. Bowman still showing as the race leader with 40 to go. They're having some issues on the 19 car. They can't get the wheel back on the driver's side rear. He lost a lot of time there. That's going to probably eliminate his chance of winning this race. Bowman coming into his pit at this time. Looks like Blaney is moving off. Nope, he's coming into his pit as well. Keselowski is showing as the leader. Bushler showing in second, and Stenhouse showing in third. Wouldn't be surprising to see Stenhouse stay out here and do what he did earlier. He's got nothing to lose. He's been running in the 20s. So Gil, Bad Dog's the fellow that does the Laker games, right? Yeah, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable energy by that dude. I just think it's weird that he's a Knicks fan that does Laker games. But anyway, not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do teams I like, and we'll just see where the numbers land. But got you, Gil. Got you. I have to read through. I'll read through the chat later and look up these guys and subscribe to them if I find them. Man, Truex just lost a ton of time on pit road there. Lap 42 of 80 in stage 3, 163 of 200 in the race. 15 lead changes for 8 different leaders with 3 cautions. 2 of them were for chase endings. For stage endings. Keselowski is currently showing the leader of the race. Truex is a lap down. Wow, just a brutal pit stop for him. Yep, that's game over for Truex for today. Look at Clint Boyer showing in third. Hell yeah, Gil, do that, man. That's kind of why I did the NASCAR thing, because I didn't see anyone streaming it. And we had good numbers last week on the NASCAR stream. So I don't know what happened today. I don't know if I pissed people off last week or what, but we'll see. I'll just keep doing them. I'm just going to do whatever I watch. This is what I would be watching if I wasn't streaming. So that's how we're going to do it. It's still kind of weird here after this cycle of pit stops. I'm not sure if Keselowski has even come in, but he's showing as the leader. He hasn't come in yet. There's no way. But after it cycles through, it looks like it's going to be Clint Boyer in the lead. You haven't seen that guy's name once, Keselowski. He's been there, man. He's been sitting right in the top 10, either in the top 10 or just out of it. He's actually, other than Harvick, he's one of my favorite drivers in NASCAR. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I've always liked him. They're trying something different here, but it looks like they're running out of fuel. So they were just hoping that something happened out on the track while everyone else was 25 seconds back and he'd have been the leader. Wow, that's how Boyer was up front. He didn't get any tires. Bowman just smokes him. So 34 to go at Auto Club Speedway in the Auto Club 400. And your new race leader is Alex Bowman. And he's looking good to win this thing if nothing happens, because he's got a pretty decent lead on just about everybody. Lap 46 of 80, 166 of 200 in the race. Lead changes 15, 8 different leaders with Bowman in the lead. Got a 3.1 second lead over Blaney. So that's a tough deal to make up the way that Bowman's been running. Here comes Boyer down pit road to try finally put some tires on that Rush Truck Center's Ford Mustang. $33 to go. Fox is in a commercial break at this moment. I'd like to remind folks, Valhalla Sports Talk, new YouTube channel. Our goal here is to stream live sporting events of the teams that I am a fan of. So we've got the Minnesota Vikings, the LA Dodgers, the LA Lakers, the LA Kings, Kevin Harvick in NASCAR, and in XFL, we're watching the Houston team is who we decided to support and still until Arizona gets a team. So that's what we're doing. Our next stream that's scheduled is the Dodgers game on Friday night this week. I don't know if we'll do anything other than that. We hope to do some regular content during this week. That's the goal, is to get something that's not a live stream, something that we record. I might do a channel introduction or something like that. But so we're moving along there. We have been making some progress on some of the ancillary things. So we do have our little pro shop, swag shop open for Valhalla Sports Talk at this point, and we've got all our social media accounts established. So we're figuring this thing out and getting it started right. So hopefully we start to see some movement. If you find yourself in the stream today, or if you find yourself watching a replay of it on our channel, I'd ask you please to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell and let us grow the channel a little bit, see what we can do here. All righty, so back to the action. 31 laps remaining at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. You've got Bowman in the lead in that 88 Chevrolet, and Blaney is in second at 3.61 seconds behind in the number 12 Ford. Kyle Busch has moved up to third place, passing Jimmy Johnson, who is sitting in fourth, just ahead of the Elliots. And Kurt Busch is in sixth. My guy Harvick sits in ninth currently today, just right about what he's been doing all day. He's been running kind of just inside the top 10. Jimmy Johnson and Elliott are battling it out for fifth place, actually for fourth place. And Johnson takes the advantage so far. I think they kind of swap back and forth depending on what side of the track they're on. They're doing some video of Ryan Newman visiting the race shop for Roush Fenway this week. Unbelievable that he survived that crash at Daytona. I thought that was game over. He's just walking around. I still think that he's got some things that happen in that wreck that they're not telling us. They're kind of keeping it quiet, but no broken bones, which is just an absolute amazing thing. Currently 3 viewers in the chat. Thank you for visiting Valhalla Sports Talk, and please hit that subscribe button if you are so inclined. I even have a little thing I can put up here to remind you. So that's pretty fancy. That's like features you only get on the best channels, is like customized graphics. So Hit that subscribe. And we are at our record viewership at this point with 5 viewers to Valhalla Sports Talk today for this NASCAR race, the Auto Club 400 from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. 27 laps remaining in the race, with the 88 of Alex Bowman continues to lead, and he's got a huge lead on Blaney, who's almost 5 seconds back. Kyle Busch, Johnson, and Elliott round out the top 5. Excuse me. They're pretty much running single file around the track at this point. And I feel a caution coming on. I feel it about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. 26 laps to go. Ooh, Jimmy Johnson and Elliott are battling it out. Elliott gets into Johnson's rear quarter panel, and that allows Kurt Busch to join the fray. And they're swapping around a little bit. So now you got Elliott in 4th, Busch in 5th, and Johnson in 6th. And then Kurt Busch passes Elliott. But Elliott says, no, I'm coming back to get that. Gets on the apron of the racetrack, gets past him, tries to slide up in front of him, and this could be the caution we've been waiting for. But they keep it straight. Johnson has fallen back probably about 10 car lengths behind those two at this point. Here comes Elliott again. Side drafts that one car, gets on the inside, then drops it down to the apron. Going to try to motor it through the turn. Here he comes up to try to slam the door. He does it. So Elliott takes over 4th, Kurt Busch in 5th. Busch is pushing him down through the, I think that's the backstretch there. And sends him sailing off into the turn. All right, so now Chase has caught up to the lapped car of Ty Dillon. Yeah, that was a good view there. Good little battle. Good little battle there, Gil. Here we go again. Busch decides he wants that spot again. Motors around. I'm not sure what Dillon's doing there. Just get down low. He done lost his race about 50 laps ago. He's trying to get Geico some free advertising there. All right, and they go side by side on the telecast. Alex Bowman continues to lead. We've got 23 laps to go in the race. Bowman's lead is now up to 5 seconds over second place Ryan Blaney and almost 9 seconds over third place Kyle Busch. So like I said, unless something yellow happens, this race is probably over. I've got the hiccups. Yeah, Gil, I like when them fellas are going at it too. I've never really got an idea of whether they get along or not. I don't think they do, but I think there's a pretty big age difference there between the two of them. Hamlin's coming up to knock on somebody's door here. Where's he running? Truex has dropped down to 10. Well, he's actually coming through the field, right? Because he's currently showing in 10th place. So he is motoring, trying to get back to the front again. He's probably passed the entire field at least once. Who else is a surprise back there? Amarola up to 8th. That's kind of surprising. Harvick 9th. Truex 10th. Truex sitting 16 seconds off the lead. Interesting. Showing a battle further back in the field. Austin Dillon setting his sights on that 21 car. All right, so here we go. The race summary. Leaders, 8 leaders in the race. There's been 16 lead changes. There's currently 22 cars on the lead lap, 3 cautions, and 13 caution laps. 2 of those cautions were for stage ends. Lap 181 of 200. Alex Bowman continues to lead. The lead is currently 5.36 seconds over second place Ryan Blaney, with Kyle Busch in third, almost 10 seconds back. Alrighty, so here comes Truex again, trying to move up through the field. He's kind of tangling with Hamlin and Almirola. I'm not sure if Bowman's got a win in NASCAR yet. "18 laps to go in the Auto Club 400 from Fontana, California. Alex Bowman continues to lead. He's now over 5 seconds in front of Ryan Blaney, with Kurt Busch in third, almost 10 seconds back. Here we got a race on the track with Hamlin versus Truex, and Truex wants that spot. He's on the high side. Hamlin's on the low side. And there they go. Almirola's in the middle of this whole deal. And Keselowski making an appearance, trying to get in the middle of this whole thing. "17 laps to go. Bowman's lead is dipped below 5 seconds. Harvick sitting in 11th. This is usually when his tires go bad and he starts dropping back a little bit. At least today. That heat never showed up that Harvick needed. I think they had that car set up for the sun today. The lead between Bowman and Blaney is dropping. It's not dropping fast, but it is dropping. Wow, an almost near catastrophe there just a few laps earlier between Hamlin and Keselowski, with Harvick in the middle of that. 15 to go. 15 to go in the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Harvick's moved up to 9th. I just talked bad about him, and he's kind of trying to get in the middle of this thing. They're talking about like pit, pit stops. I don't think anyone's going to pit here. 14 to go. Blaney's still kind of almost 5 seconds back from Bowman. Bowman's just got to sail his ship into the sunset. Give Tyler Reddick some airtime. 2-time Xfinity champ, currently running 13th on the field. Let's go through the top 5 real quick. Bowman, Blaney, Busch, that's Kyle Busch, with his brother Kurt Busch right behind him, and Bill Elliott sits in 5th. Harvick is now 10th place on the field, 21 seconds back. "13 laps to go. in the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Only one car is out of the race today. That was Christopher Bell, who dropped out earlier. Hamlin's day so far, he started 38th. Stage 1, he was in 12th. Stage 2, he was in 8th, and he's currently in 9th. So he's just kind of like Harvick. He just kind of stayed there the whole day. The only difference was Hamlin had to come through the field a little bit, because those Toyotas weren't supposed to be any good, right? But anyway, and they probably aren't. I mean, as they run, you've got one Toyota in, well, two Toyotas in the top 10. Kyle Busch and Hamlin back in 9th. And then it's Fords and Chevys. Chevys, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Chevys in the top 6. 11 laps to go. Lap 189 of 200. Ten lap to go, Mark. 10 laps to go. Currently 4 folks in the stream today. We'd like to thank you for joining Valhalla Sports Talk today for the Auto Club 400 NASCAR race. 10 laps left. That's right. 10 laps to go. They're currently riding along with Joey Logano in that race-sponsored car. So Alex Bowman's 155 starts. He's got 1 win and 10 top 5s. So I wasn't sure if he had won before, but this would be his 2nd win in the NASCAR series. See, Gil, you're ready for this play-by-play stuff, dude. You are ready. You say it right when I do. 9 to go. Yeah, that's true. He raced Gil. He raced in Tucson, so an hour north of me. He raced a lot up at the racetrack in Tucson there. All righty, lap 73 of 80 in stage 3, 193 of 200 overall. Bowman's lead is increased to 6.5 seconds. That's the closest one to him. The other ones are over 10 seconds. So this is what they call a butt whooping in NASCAR. He is just dominating this deal. Blaney's got to be frustrated because he won those first 2 stages pretty easily as well. Yeah, they're talking about Blaney maybe ran it too hard at the beginning of stage 3 here, and it probably cost him the win. I mean, that was quite the battle at the beginning of the stage there. So while they're back there battling, Bowman's just cruising along, not tearing up those tires, whipping it from side to side. So Harvick's still in 10th place there, but they're racing in California, and Harvick's driving in Arizona or some shit. He's way the hell back there. Johnson getting passed by Keselowski currently. So Keselowski moves into 6th with Johnson dropping back to 7th. All right, the TV folks are saying that the two Busch brothers in third and fourth are starting to clip off laps, saying they're probably going to catch Bowman with about 2 to go. I don't agree with that. I think Bowman's probably just hanging back a little bit. He'll have something to go at the end there. Four laps to go. Lap 76 of 80 in stage 3, or 196 of 200. Oh, the 12 coming to pit road, they say. Man, what an ending to the day for him. I mean, he just dominated the first 2/3 of this race. Now he's got some kind of an issue, and he's headed to pit road. That's the Kobe Bryant paint scheme I was talking about. He's kind of wiggling pretty hard too. He keeps trying to keep it down on the apron there, but it's wobbling back and forth. But he gets it on pit road okay with 3 to go. 3 to go from Fontana, California. Bowman currently showing a 10-second lead over the Busch brothers in second and third. Yeah, it looks like Blaney has some kind of an issue with the tire coming apart there. Bowman lapping Cole Custer at this point, who's the last car on the lead lap. 2 to go as he crosses the line. And Blaney, just as he passes him, is coming off pit road after they change the tire. So we're now at the two laps to go mark, and these folks telecasting the race there tried to tell you that the Busch brothers will be caught up to them with 2 to go. They're still 10 seconds back. So they were trying to sell the viewers on some oceanside property in Arizona, trying to keep them tuned in a little bit longer. 2 to go in the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway. Alex Bowman is putting a whooping on the field. 10-second lead over the second place fella at Kyle Busch, who's in second. Austin Dillon on pit road 2 for tires. So they kind of pushed it at the end here. Here we go, final lap. Bowman just has to bring it home to get that second career win for Hendrick Motorsports in that 88 Chevrolet, the car formerly driven by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Alrighty, Bowman comes off turn 4 and takes the checkered flag. Checkered flag at the Auto Club Speedway. Alex Bowman is your winner today. Pretty excited there, so let's finish out as they cross the checkered flag there. You got Bowman, Kyle Busch in second, Kurt Busch in third, Elliott in ninth, Keselowski in fifth. Did I say Elliott in ninth? Elliott in fourth, Keselowski in fifth, Hamlin in sixth, Johnson in seventh, Amarola in eighth, Harvick in ninth, and Jones in 10th. Finishes out your top 10. Gil stayed late to see if the Busch brothers ended up top 2 in this race. So Bowman will woe it up here and probably do some donuts for the fans. My executive assistant just crossed across the TV there. We won't fine her for that, even though she's got more money because we doubled her pay today from 0 to 00. All righty, that'll do it. Alex Bowman is your winner. Gil, I'd like to thank you for joining us today, and anyone else that was in the stream and didn't happen to say hello in the chat, I'd like to thank you as well. Ask you to hit that subscribe button on the way out the door. Gil, always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you coming in and helping me out today. spending some time with us, and we'll probably cut this thing on and get ready for something new on Valhalla Sports Talk. Again, Valhalla Sports Talk, new YouTube station. The key for Valhalla Sports Talk are the following teams: the Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Angeles Lakers, LA Kings, Kevin Harvick in NASCAR, and the Houston Rough Riders in the XFL. That'll be what our content is generated on. So if you like any of those teams, give us a follow there. Give us a subscription and follow us as best you can. Hit that bell on your way out the door, and we thank you for joining us today for today's NASCAR race. We will be back. Our next scheduled stream is Friday for the LA Dodgers game. That'll be Friday evening, and then we'll be back next week for the NASCAR race as well. So thank you for joining us today, and you folks have a great day.